warned Su Chen that he couldn't kill him because the people behind him wouldn't let him get away with it. Nonetheless, Su Chen killed him, declaring, "Don't worry, they'll be joining you soon enough." Afterward, Bai Kong arrived and was shocked. She asked Su Chen if he had done all this alone. Su Chen responded that he had just been doing his regular exercises. Besides, the thugs were probably already starving and weak. Hearing this, Bai Kong wondered if anyone else could have raided them. Now that the supplies were gone, she was concerned about what would happen to the students. Su Chen thought that if necessary, he would share some of the supplies he had collected with them, depending on their behavior. Then, he suggested they head to the girls' dormitory. Confused, Bai Kong asked why they were going there. Su Chen explained that he had learned from the thugs that Xiao Feng and the other students were gathered there. Both of them then headed towards the girls' dormitory. In that same room, some corpses were hanging from the ceiling. Suddenly, one of the corpses opened its red glowing eyes. Meanwhile, another man wearing a metal mask, known as Steel Fang, was also approaching the room. He muttered about the captain causing trouble again and wondered if she was even alive. Suddenly, his men found her and shouted, "The captain is still alive!" Disappointed, Steel Fang said, "What a pity," and instructed his men to hurry and get her down. They brought her down, and Steel Fang approached her, saying, "Sister Ji, you've been hanging here pretending to be a prisoner for days. Did you find the thrill you were looking for?" Ji replied, having a close call with death. "Steel Fang, I need your comfort." Hearing this, Steel Fang took out his lash and struck her back. After one lash, Steel Fang asked, "Sister Jin, how are you feeling?" Jin, satisfied, confessed her masochistic tendencies, saying she was feeling much better. Then Steel Fang asked her if she had seen everything that happened here and who had taken his supplies. Jin, with a cold expression, told him it was Su Chen. Meanwhile, when Bai Kong arrived at the girls' dormitory, she saw Xiao Feng was injured. She asked him how he got hurt. Xiao Feng replied, "Captain Bai, I'm fine. It's great to see you back." But when Xiao Feng saw Su Chen there, he asked him what he was doing there. Bai Kong told him Su Chen claimed to be Xiao Feng's brother. Seeing that Xiao Feng's injury appeared quite serious, Su Chen asked to examine his wound. Xiao Feng removed his bandage, saying it was just a scratch. But for some reason it was getting worse. Su Chen told him it was the cannibals, those things that eat people. Their nails are full of bacteria and viruses. Without medicine, it could be life-threatening. Hearing this, Xiao Feng said, "Now, medicines are rare resources, impossible to find. But to die like this, I can't accept it." He was sad, but suddenly Su Chen threw some boxes full of medicine towards him, saying, "Take these, it should be enough." Xiao Feng was surprised to see that many medicines. Bai Kong asked Su Chen where he got so many medicines. Su Chen told her that since Xiao Feng is his brother, it's nothing to him. Su Chen thought, "In my previous life, there was a man in the military whose combat power was comparable to a humanoid nuclear bomb known as the God of War. If that person is Lu Xiaofeng, then my investment won't be for nothing." Xiao Feng said, "Su Chen, I owe you a favor, but I know you didn't come here just to deliver medicine." Xiao Feng asked Su Chen what he wanted, and Su Chen, in a serious tone, informed them that a great flood was coming soon, and they needed to evacuate quickly. He explained that the extreme heat had already caused the glaciers to melt rapidly, resulting in seawater flooding. By then, the entire land would be submerged in floodwater. Bai Kong and Xiao Feng's faces turned pale upon hearing about the great flood, but suddenly, a red-haired girl shouted that it was nonsense. She said, "Where's this flood coming from? I think you just want to drive us away and monopolize the school's resources." When Su Chen saw the red-haired girl, he immediately remembered her as Fang Qing, his classmate, a second-generation rich, famous female boxer at the university who likes to create gender divides. When Fang Qing saw a bag in Su Chen's hand, she tried to snatch it, saying, "Bring it here and let me see." But Su Chen, being a Sigma male, slapped her and sent her flying. Fang Qing's tooth broke after she was hit by Su Chen. She was very angry, asking, "How dare you hit me?" But suddenly, people from the back started shouting, "Good slap! She's been a nuisance around here. She's been hogging a whole dorm by herself. We've been fed up with her for a while just because she has some stinking money at home. Kick her out." Hearing them, Su Chen said, "Fang Qing, it looks like you are quite infamous around here." Fang Qing got angry, hearing them all, and shouted, "You guys dare treat me like this? I'll go find my dad and have all of you killed." Saying that, she ran out of the building. Seeing her, Bai Kong asked Su Chen if this was okay. Su Chen said, "Feng Ting is going to find her dad. So what can they do about it?" Feng Ting left the building mumbling, "Men in this country are all beneath me, especially that Su Chen. They can't hold a candle to gentlemen from abroad." Suddenly, Steel Fang, who was outside waiting, caught her. He asked, "Sweetie, tell me where's Su Chen?" Feng Ting was too scared and revealed everything. On the other hand, after explaining everything about the flood, Su Chen left the school thinking, "Let's Captain Bai handle the evacuation process. The most important thing now is to wait for the Golden King snake to mutate and then harvest it." Su Chen wondered if he could obtain hydrokinesis abilities by then, a psychic ability that allows an individual to manipulate water using their mind. Suddenly, a vehicle came towards Su Chen, along with Feng Ting's voice, asking Su Chen to save her. Su Chen looked in that direction, asking, "Fang Qing, is that you? Did you find your dad so quickly?" Well, it was Steel Fang who was driving that vehicle. He tied Feng Ting and hung her in front of the vehicle. He laughed and told Su Chen that he is Steel Fang from the Federal Bureau of Evolution. He asked, "Are you Su Chen? Daring to snatch our supplies? I thought you were a guy with 3 heads and 6 arms." Hearing that Steel Fang is from the Federal Bureau of Evolution, Su Chen got really angry. Steel Fang laughed and said, "For this meeting, I even prepared a gift for you." Saying that, he opened the back door of his vehicle, and inside there were tens of drought demons. Steel looked down on Su Chen, asking, "Are you ready to die, mighty Su Chen?" Meanwhile, Bai Kong was treating Xiao Feng. But suddenly, she heard a really loud sound coming from the direction where Su Chen had left. She said she would go check it out first, and asked Xiao Feng to stay here and guard. However, Xiao Feng disagreed with her decision, saying, "I'm coming with you." Outside, Steel Fang said to him, "Su Chen, this girl is your classmate, right? How about I give you a chance to be a hero and save the beauty? If you kneel and beg me, I'll let her go." Upon hearing this, Su Chen replied, "Actually, saving her isn't impossible." Feng Qing became really happy and said, "Really? Su Chen, that's great. Then hurry up and kneel down to save me." However, Su Chen said there was a problem. Feng Qing, surprised, asked, "What problem? Didn't you say you were going to save me? You just said you would save me." She started to panic and shouted loudly, "You said you'd save me. How can you go back on your word? Are you even a man?" Su Chen, with a serious face, said, "Of course I'm a man, but I'm not worthy of saving you. How about I help you contact those foreign gentlemen and see if they're willing to save you?" Upon hearing this, Feng Qing realized that just because I called you inferior, "You accusing me of this?" she asked Su Chen incredulously. "Over such a small thing, you're taking revenge on me like this?" He grew angry and retorted, "You think I'll apologize and beg you to save me, don't you? The truth is, you're a completely pathetic man and I don't need you to save me." Su Chen smiled upon hearing this and replied, "Really? I hope you remember your own words in a bit." He then told her to look carefully below. As she looked down, she saw many drought demons trying to climb up to her. She started crying, asking Su Chen to forgive her, admitting she was wrong, and pleading with him to save her. However, it was already too late. Damn it, I don't like her attitude, but as a man, I must admit her physique is impressive. Anyway, let's continue our story. Upon seeing how heartless Su Chen was, Steel Fang started laughing, exclaiming, "You're truly a person who won't help in a dire situation, but it's okay, you'll soon be joining her." He then asked Su Chen to look carefully, saying, "Let me show you the technology of our Federal Bureau of Evolution." He retrieved a purple powder from his bag and explained, "Just apply this powder on yourself, and these monsters will obediently listen." However, Su Chen was already aware of this. Apply ashes on oneself? Indeed, that would make them think you're one of them. Steel Fang was surprised upon hearing this, realizing the things he was so proud of were just some drought demon bone ashes. He felt really disgusted. He ordered the drought demon